We'll go ahead and call the meeting of the Alva Tourism Tax order. And the first item for discussion is the action of the minutes from the special meeting of September 22nd, 2015, which was in your packet.
I move that we approve the minutes of the special meeting from September 22nd, 2015.
I have a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Aye.
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 Motion passed. I want to combine the, if no one has any objection, I'm going to combine items 3, 4, and 5, discussion and action on September, October, and November financial statements. We're going to roll all those into one item. So, Jody?
Jody's got a little laryngitis, so I'm going to fill in here.
Okay.
Cash, $653,529.18. We still need to pay off the Big Cruise and Car Show, Oklahoma Today Advertising, Heartland Best Robotics, and the Chamber of Commerce Tourism Secretary. With 500 future and 2,500 standing, available is $629,729.18.
And I have signed the encumbrance form for the Big Cruise and Car Show.
Okay.
So it's signed.
Okay.
Okay, I do have one item. Would you, sometime, Jody, occasionally we've had several people who don't use everything that they had requested. And if you look at the encumbrances that the city provides, there's some items on there, some small amounts, like Alva Speedway and Alva Friends of Play or whatever. Would you get with whoever it is at the city, and so they can get those cleaned up and off their records? Okay.
So I have a question on, as I was looking through these quarterly reports.
I think we've already been notified of it, but go ahead.
The one for June 30th of 2015.
We were told about hotel number 12.
Right.
Somewhere in the transition on that public Excel spreadsheet, hotel 12 is not listed, and so
Right.
we will get you
Okay, that was it.
another.
There it is.
It's easier to find those things when you have a couple of pages to compare.
That's right.
Yes, you have several months of information to compare there, so.
Like, where did that money go?
Any other questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the September, October, and November financials. I have a motion. I have a second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the.
Have you repeated who made the motion?
Charlie made the motion.
Okay, thank you.
Janet seconded. Aye.
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 Thank you. The next item on the agenda is discussion and action to appoint a trustee to the Alva Arena Authority. I'd like to say something about this as part of our discussion to get it started. And I'd like to say, I've got written here, I feel that having a member of the Tourism Committee as a member of the Arena Board creates a moral and ethical problems and is not appropriate, and here's why. The Arena Board will most likely come to this committee and request funds to build the facility, fund activities put on in the facility, and or possibly fund overall operations. Having a member of this committee on the Arena Board, I feel, creates a lack of independence. In the end, may also lend itself to charges of impropriety. If the Arena Board if the Arena Board approves an activity, it will appear as though the Tourism Committee has given its tacit approval. This puts both the Tourism Committee and its representative on the Arena Board in a precarious situation. It may appear to the citizens of Alva that tourism and the arena board are complicit in under-the-table activities, that we are working together and not an independent body. This is different from a member of this committee being on another board that requests funds. When they are on the other board, they do not represent the tourism board. It is, however, similar to two members of the chamber being representatives on the tourism board. This has not created too many problems, but the chamber's requests are small in comparison to our budget. Nevertheless, there's always seemed to be people willing to question that relationship. The arena's request, I would surmise, will be much larger and more frequent. In my opinion, the chances of charges of impropriety, lack of independence, and ethical and moral questions will be greater. As chairman of the Tourism Committee, I feel one of my duties is to protect its integrity, both current and in the future. Therefore, I want to go on record as being opposed to having a representative of the Tourism Committee being on the arena board, and I request that this statement be made part of the minutes. With that said, I do feel I have a moral and ethical obligation to abide by the request of the city and ask for a nomination as a trustee to the Alva Arena Authority.
And I greatly appreciate what you said there and what you feel that you made your point. I feel that this arena authority will be one of the most important tourist things in Alva that I can remember. It's right up there with the hotels. I don't feel that we're any different than the city council being on this board, and the county commissioners being on this board, who are also going to have to put money in, and other entities. I think it gives us a better feel for what's going on. I think that a lot of the future of Alva tourism will come out of this board with because that board will have to have the fairgrounds arena will have to have professional administrators and promoters, and I think that this board needs to have a feel of that, have people on that board, and also needs to be able to tell those people our board cannot fund that. There's a lot of things this board can't fund because we can't obligate funds.
But what you're saying right there is one person from this committee who sits on the arena board is going to make that decision that the tourism can't fund that. So
Because there's legal implications.
Because that person cannot say that to that board, because then they are acting for the tourism board, and they cannot legally act for the tourism board. They're only a representative.
They can say that it's not that's not something that can be funded, because we know we can't encumber funds.
But then what I'm saying is the representative on the arena board is acting on behalf of the committee without the consent of the majority of this committee. And that would be a violation. Now, I'm not saying, I fully agree with the arena project is a great project. I think it's something this community needs, and I think it's something that will generate a lot of tourism. I look at it from my CPA perspective, and I'm held to very high standards of independence. And those standards of independence are not only the actual independence, but the appearance of independence. And if the appearance of independence does not present itself, then you are considered not independent, even if you are independent. And that is where I come from in my statement, because I think it will make the Tourism Committee appear not to be independent of the arena board.
As it will the commissioners and the city council.
I don't represent the commissioners. I don't represent the city
board.
council. I don't look after them. They did not ask my opinion. I think the city council and the county commissioners are a different position, because they dictate how much funds. they're going to have to put money in. But they may say they're going to put in X number of dollars. Where each request comes to this committee, and we have to approve each request as a separate item.
True. I think they have to approve.
And I also think the city council is the benefactor. So they are in fact the quasi-owners of the arena, and they should have input into the operation and management. And the same would go with, I presume would go with Woods County.
So is this something we can refer to an attorney, to the city attorney for
No.
advice or not?
The city attorney actually drew this agreement.
Yeah, I think the attorney, I was not asked, I did not see this agreement until I picked up my packet yesterday. I was not consulted about having a member of this committee on there. I would have expressed my feelings in private at that time. I was not given that opportunity to do so. And that's one reason why I'm making a public statement now, because I was never asked. And I felt this is the only venue I had to express my concerns over this relationship. Nevertheless, we have been asked to provide a nomination, and I'm certainly not going to stand in the way of having that obligation fulfilled.
Is there a timeline on when we have to make a nomination?
I do know that they're trying to move forward
Todd,
on the nominations.
Can you
are.
provide any light on that as the timeline?
Well, if there's open comment time, then I'll be happy to.
Well, it says discuss. I figure you're a member of the arena board, quote arena board, so feel free to discuss.
I'm not a member of the Arena Board. I am a member of the non-committee.
Okay, you're a member. That's good enough for me.
And I would encourage you, Henry especially, to, I'm not sure what governing body governs this board. I would think it's under
City council does.
So I would think that your best question would be to the city council attorney and ask him about your question. And I think that question has been addressed, and I think it has been discussed. So, but you need to talk to your council about that for sure. And apologize that you didn't get a copy of that earlier. There was a copy in the city council minutes and went through city council. So that same document is what you got in your packet. As far as the time frame, it's, if you need to take a week to discuss it or 2 weeks, and you need to.
Well, our next meeting wouldn't be till January.
It's I don't think that there's anything that's this project's been going on for 2 years. Actively, it's been meeting for 2 years, so everybody's anxious to get started if possible. But there may be other questions, and there's certainly nobody from the non-committee that would want this board to act in anything that they would feel uncomfortable with. It stands to be very beneficial for all tax dollars within Woods County, and so I think that there's something that doesn't need to be taken lightly. And I would strongly encourage you to talk to your attorney before you.
Our attorney is the city attorney.
Okay. So whoever that is,
Yeah.
I would strongly encourage you to talk to them and have that discussion. And you all make nomination or withdraw as you all see fit.
The city attorney wrote this article. I feel it's an important thing that we and I didn't have input. They didn't come say, I was asked who I thought as a member of the non-committee, who I thought the 7 board members might be put on a list, as did everybody else, I'm sure, but did not know that it was going to be on the list until this came out. But I was pleased to see it, and I will nominate Charles Tucker to be this person to represent us on the board. I think he would do an impartial job, and I think it's going to be something that we're going to be able to do a better job with somebody who can tell us what's going on up there. We'll be able to benefit this group more.
I have a motion to nominate Charles Tucker for the Arena Board. Do I have a second?
I am not going to second at this time because I would like more information before I made a nomination choice. Because I think right now, there's too much impropriety in the city of Alva, and I don't want to create more. So I would like some time to research this before I made my decision.
Charlie, would you like to second the motion?
My motion?
That doesn't make a difference. It's Normal's motion.
It looks a little strange. I think we should postpone it and get some legal counsel. That's maybe
Now,
something can be cleared up, in your mind on the thing.
That doesn't mean that the rodeo arena board can't move forward.
Well, it does
It's
mean
just-
that they can't really move forward until they get all their trustees. Because there is no board until they get all their trustees. The board that was meeting was not an official board. It was like Todd said, we were the non-committee. So getting trustees is their next item of business.
Could we hold a special meeting, before the end of the year, just for this one item?
Well, if we could get something from the city attorney that quick. I can try to get hold of Rick tomorrow.
What you find out?
I would feel more comfortable understanding that relationship.
Okay.
So,
It's all right. Understand.
I'm going to say motion dies for lack of second. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion to
second.
been moved and seconded. Aye.
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 Motion passed. Thank you all. And when I hear something back from Rick, I will get with Jody and we will figure out a special meeting.